live content accounts for almost a quarter of global viewing time. Live video generates 27% more minutes of watch time per viewing than on-demand video. Live streaming is a $70 billion industry. What does it all mean? Let's find out on the Why I Go Live podcast with Coach Kirk.
Welcome back to the podcast, Why I Go Live. I have just been enjoying the guests that we have had on over the past few weeks, and I hope you have as well. In fact, I'm certain you have, because that's why you're back. And this week will be no different. We're super excited about our guest today. But before we get to that, I want to share something with you. Did you know that 18 to 34-year-olds are the most frequent viewers of live stream video in the US, right? 15% of those in this age range say they watch live video content several times per day, compared to just 8% in the 35 to 54 age range. That is something to consider. What is all the rage about? Why are people watching live content? How is live content shifting and impacting what we do on a day-to-day basis? Well, you've come to the right place, because here at the Why I Go Live podcast, we seek to answer just that. And I'm excited to welcome our guest today, live streaming pioneer, content, video, and streaming coach, and the mastermind behind Live Streaming Pros, Luria Petrucci. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It has been, we have had your partnership on the How It All Works platform for several years now. You're somebody that has been instrumental in my growth and in my story in terms of becoming a streamer and a streamer coach. So I'm always excited when we can partner together and share some insights and perspectives with the audience. But I'm so excited to have you here with us today.
Ditto. And I love just being part of people's journeys. Like, that's so cool to me.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Now, I'm going to say this for our audience, both listening live, listening to us online, in the podcast, but also those who are watching. If you don't know who Luria is, trust me when I say that would take 4 or 5 episodes just in and of itself. She is very much in a similar market vertical to me, where we really believe in live video and really help people to harness the power of it for all that they do. Perfect person to have on the Why I Go Live podcast. And in fact, we're going to tee it up right here, right now, and ask Luria this ultimate question. Here's the drum roll. I'm working on getting the actual drum roll in there, but
I love it.
Luria Petrucci, why do you go live?
I go live because it makes me a better communicator, it makes me a better human being, and it makes me a better business owner. So what I mean by that is, when you go live, you are learning so many skills that you cannot get otherwise. So if you can communicate live effectively, you can do anything communication, from your partner in life to your, business.
That's right.
So it is a really powerful tool for learning how to communicate very effectively. As a person, it has made me more relaxed, able to go with the flow and able to be spontaneous. I'm such a dork. I'm going to make this short.
No.
Such a dork nerd that I used to, if I was going to take a trip out or go on vacation, it was timed and planned to the second. Live broke me of that need.
Nice.
And so now I'm a much more spontaneous person. As a business owner, you learn how to go with the flow in our businesses when we have a launch that doesn't work, when we need to roll with any punch that is thrown at us, a service goes down that we're using, whatever. It trains you to go with the flow in all these different ways. So it's a really powerful tool.
Man. You shared an entire masterclass in just that answer. So I'm excited because, again, I think when people think about live streaming, when they think about live video, they just think about the mechanics of it. They think about the lights, the camera, the internet speed, and the platforms that we might use, but they don't think about the benefits for them as a person. I can't tell you how many quote unquote self-proclaimed introverts that I've been able to produce their show for. And as soon as that first question pops up on screen and you can see the wheels in their head turning and they're like, no, let me help you break that down. And they go into this other mode.
Yes.
And it's like, whoa, where did this guy come from all of a sudden? So
you're really powerful for connecting with
yeah,
your community and
yeah.
really helping to connect with them and grow that loyalty.
Oh.
And, it's not all about you as a person, but it is how you show up for the people that you're there to make a difference for.
There's just so much there. That's so good. And I hope that people are resonating because the truth is the value of it may not only be from what you bring in. It may be internal in terms of some of the changes it helps you make as a person, as a, like you said, like a life partner, as a business owner as well, man. And I know that several people listening are starting to connect those dots to understand, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I might give it a try. I love the better communicator part. That has been definitely an experience for me. And we had a public speaker coach on a couple of weeks ago, and she answered that question. But a side answer for her was simply that public, when the pandemic hit, the live stream helped her to keep her skills sharp, be able to present and to do it on a dime. And of course, she got a little more money when she would show up to virtual events because her studio was so dope.
There you go.
There's all kinds of benefits. Well, Luria, want to ask you this other question. I'm very interested in hearing this one. I'm letting the audience know I have no idea what she's going to say here, but we always ask a follow-up in terms of, okay, we now know why you go live, but what is some story of impact that you can share? Like, you went live and this happened. I know that you've been able to, procure brand deals and all that other stuff, but I'm just wondering if you had something peculiar where somebody would be like, what, you went live and that happened? Or whatever it is you might be able to share, but share with us one of those impact stories that live streaming was able to kind of deliver for you.
Two things, one on the internal side and one on the external side.
Love it.
One, I learned to go live in a weird situation. I had been doing video starting in 2005. So I'm in 18 years now of doing it, which is insane.
Yeah, we clap it up for that. You're a veteran.
I started doing video very scripted, very prepared. Like I said, I was a nerd and I had to have everything prepared, right? And I got this opportunity to show up on Leo Laporte's Call for Help.
Nice.
And that was a proper TV show done live to tape at that time. Now we call it live to drive. But it was, you don't get to make a mistake. Like, you just keep going if you make a mistake, right? And so there's no take backs here. And that freaked me out so deeply to my core. The anxiety, I've never felt anxiety like that before because I didn't know if I could handle it. And of course, I went live did the show and co-hosted that with him. And it was a huge success by all accounts. However, me internally, I went back home and I was like, I cannot put myself in that situation again. I cannot do that. I am a person who's all in or all out, and I needed to be either done with it or great at it. Right.
That's
so
so good.
I started going live for my own audience on a consistent basis. And back then there wasn't the tools that we have today. And so that really taught me so much about how to show up. And that's where I learned about the communication aspect of it.
Love that.
Externally for my audience, it's both internally and externally, but for my business and for the audience, I learned how to convert higher, right? Like live, you can convert so much higher than industry standards, quote unquote, because when you get good at engagement and you really focus on that authenticity and the connection with your audience, you are going to create such desire to be in your zone, right?
In that circle.
Yes. And so I have seen in my business conversions way higher than industry standard because of that ability to engage and show up authentically.
One of the subtagline for the Why I Go Live podcast is could live streaming be the missing ingredient for your success?
Oh, I love that.
I just love what you just shared there, because, even for those business owners, entrepreneurs that are out there, you're listening to some of the terms that she's using. And you're probably saying, wait a minute, is she talking about converting from a marketing standpoint, converting from a business? Yes. I want to say yes. Converting from all of those standpoints, up to and including converting people being a believer in who you are and what you bring to the table.
1,000%
well that's said. So good. And there's so much that you can build on that. And that's why live is just so powerful. Oh my goodness. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not going to add anything else to it there. But Luria, take a second and just share with folks. This is definitely going to be one of the quickest podcast episodes ever, because you've already shared everything. You've packed it all in there. It doesn't have to be eternal. I can talk for hours, but
I won't.
We both can. I know this about us. But I share with the audience a little bit about some of the things you have going on. If you got, a launch coming up soon, I know you got a not mastermind, but some kind of a cohort type thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Share with the audience a little bit of those things, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day.
Yeah, well, first of all, just come hang out with me on my Friday live streams on YouTube, youtube.com/livestreamingpros. I love the community aspect of that. And also, we help people with two things. One, the technology side of things, where you understand how to build your studio or a setup that looks professional. And I know you do a lot of that as well. And really dive into, showing up authentically and professionally at the same time.
That's really good.
And then secondly, we really help with the strategy of audience growth, of showing up on camera, again, authentically, and understanding how to grow your audience, how to create the content that is going to grow your business.
Yeah.
So if you want to hang out with me, you can join me, livestreamingpros.com. We've got all of the free stuff there.
Listen, there are some of you who have seen my live show. You've seen some of the animated things that I share and I do. Some of those I've gotten directly from Luria and her team there at Livestreaming Pros. Trust me, Fridays is a great day to go hang out with her and the team. It is a fun bunch. Like, get your fingers warmed up and ready. You will be in the comments typing, because it is an entire experience. And Luria, I can't thank you enough for coming through and hanging out with us today. Here's the truth. Thanks. For somebody out there who's willing to take the challenge, man, live streaming, we believe firmly it could be that missing ingredient. Your live stream, I have said this before, and you're going to hear me say it again, don't get tired of it, is your digital storefront. There's no greater way to go from busy and broke to peaceful and paid than for your ideal customer to see you do your thing live. When they see you do it live, they don't need the taste test or the ad campaign. They're ready to do business. They're ready to book you to do the consult. They're ready to engage with you around whatever services you provide, because live streaming really gets past the guard, allows people to see you as your true, authentic self. And I challenge you, as I do every episode, to give it a try. We have some resources here, and along with some of the resources that have been shared already, that will help you to get your live video journey started. And we're excited to be part of that community with you. Family, we will see you. This has been a phenomenal, great episode. I hope that you go back through and listen to it, share it with somebody else as well. But we will see you around these internet streets or in the next video. Take care, family.
Why I Go Live, hosted by Coach Kirk, is a composition production. Real streamers, honest stories, and incredible impact. Add your voice to the conversation. Go to kirkrnugent.live/member to join the community. And let's figure out how it all works.